Hey guys, welcome back to JR14. Here we are with another video today. It's part 2 with Jeff. Today, we're actually going to be taking the Accord up to PA because we have to do the second part of this install. And it's very windy and I'm like this because it's cold and now I got to get my keys. So I'm going to stop now. We're going to get the video started right now. I literally drove from my friend. So I drove from my friend's house, Jeff's house, who lives in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And then now me and him went to pick up something for the Accord. New wheels for the Accord. And I'm pretty excited about it. Today it's a weird video. Like I told you, those tires were for something, but we're not putting them on the stock wheels. We're actually putting them on these wheels. So when I get out of this car, I'm in Salzburg, PA right now. That is how far I had to drive, a 4-hour drive, almost a 300-mile drive to go pick up these wheels. But now we got them. We paid for them. They're in okay shape. I mean, cosmetically, they're not in the best shape, but that's fine for now. Winter is coming, so I don't want to spend so crazy money on the wheels in the winter time anyway. So pretty much I got them. I'm excited about these. I've always seen a couple of cars with them, and yeah, so now we're gonna head back to Virginia, go to get the tires at that I left at Jeff's house, and then I'm gonna go to the tire shop, have them mount and balance, and I'm gonna officially put them on the car and show you what they look like. So without further ado, let's hurry up and get back home to Virginia. All right, guys, I'm here with your boy Jeff. So we are back in Virginia after 4-hour drive back from Pennsylvania to Virginia, where I missed the tire in Fredericksburg right now. They are mountain balancing the tires and the wheels on. I will talk more about the wheels and the tire combo setup once we are home. They are not putting it on the car here because I probably need to adjust my suspension. These are wider wheels than the wheels that are currently on the car. And I might need to adjust the front suspension slightly. The rear suspension should be fine, but the rear suspension may be a problem. So I'm gonna make sure that I can adjust the suspension, and then when we get back to Jeff's garage, he's probably gonna take a nap because he's tired. He's with me all weekend. And I'm going to put these wheels on myself one at a time, let the car down, let's see how it looks and stuff like that. So I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted. This guy in here kind of pissed me off a little bit, but it's whatever. We're getting it done. But yeah, so let me go ahead, let him finish up here, and we're gonna take these wheels and tires back to the house and get them on the car, and yeah, and show you what the combo is and give you some specs and some details about it and a decision of why I did it. It's gonna be an oddball, guys. So without further ado, let's go back to the house. All right, guys, so we are back in the garage. I already put the wheels on the car and they look fantastic. I'm gonna do a little montage for you right now in 3, 2, 1. Guys, here is my 2007 7th gen Honda Accord with the new wheels. I'm finally happy to be able to reveal these to you. It was an idea that came up to me with a couple of my buddies from college. We have a call every week, and I was excited just to get this done. Now, where are these wheels from? They are from a current generation Model 3 the non-performance variant. We're gonna go through everything. First of all, I want to talk about the style of the wheels. First of all, The fitment here is absolutely incredible. Some people will recommend that I go lower, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to slam this car. I'm just trying to get good fitment here. And also, it has a decent, good amount of poke. Not too much, not too aggressive, but just enough to where you definitely notice a difference. But another thing I do love about these wheels is its design. So if you don't know, Tesla Model 3 wheels have this, they're normally with covers. They have these covers over them for better aerodynamics, which means better range. So you never see what's underneath it. When you pop that cover off, which is just literally, you just pull it off, this is the beautiful wheel that's underneath it, finished in this beautiful gray. Now, the wheel's not perfect, that's for sure. Most of the stuff here, I did buy these wheels used. I bought them on Facebook Marketplace. Shout out to the guy that I bought them from. His name is Joe. Super transparent, super great guy. Like I said, me and my buddy Jeff drove about 575 miles round trip to almost Pittsburgh, PA. Well, yeah, almost Pittsburgh to get these wheels. They were in good shape. You know, they're used, but there's like this, it's just a gunk or whatever this is on the edge. It's not tire rash, it's not rim rash. The only wheel that's actually rashed up is the front driver's side, which I'll show you in a second. But I want to go through the specs real quick. The specs of these wheels are as follows. They're 18 by 8s. Excuse me, 18 by 8.5, all the way around is squared, and there are 40 offset. So when it comes down to the fitment, it's a little aggressive, but it does work perfectly. Now, I do get a little bit of, if you're lowered, this is the only thing that you have to worry about. Most people with Accords, if they run this type of fitment in the front, they're usually they have more camber in the front end. I'm not going to do that. It scrapes on the fender liner very rarely. It doesn't do it a lot, and it's very minimal. I've already looked at the tire. There's no markings on the tire that really indicate that it's damaging the fender or the fender liner or the tire itself. So I'm actually going to continue running it like this. That's not a problem. And it's at a perfect height. I really love the way these fit. Now, 18 by 8.5, 40 offset all the way around. The wheels that I had previously were the 8th generation Honda Accord Coupe V6 wheels, and those were 18 by 8s with a 48 offset. So they were sunken into the fenders front and rear. They looked good, but now, you know, these are just so much better. I love the way the car looks like this. I think it definitely just looks, it just has that aggression, that aggressive look to it, that aggressive stance. Now, considering the fact that these wheels are a lot more open than the other wheels, what I'm going to do is, in the future, I'm going to have to paint these brake calipers because that's just not nice. What color do you think I should paint the calipers? I was thinking, considering the fact it's rusty like that, I was thinking a gold, because I think the gold would kind of offset with the silver. Or I was just thinking about, considering the fact that the wheel is dark gray, that I would actually paint the calipers bright silver to complement the paint of the car. I really love the car, the way that this is coming out. It's just a really clean example of an Accord, and I was going to sell it, but I actually decided to keep it. I'm actually going to decide to keep it now. Along with me buying these wheels, from Joe on Facebook Marketplace, another great thing about them is that he sold them to me with everything. He sold them to me with the factory lug nuts. He sold them, which don't work on this car, and I'll explain that in a minute. He sold them with the factory lug nuts. He sold them with the actual Aero disc, the covers, but the only thing he did not sell them with is with the center caps for these part of the wheels. So I went on Amazon and I found a set, which I'm going to show you here in a second. So these are the center caps here. They look a little crusty. So it is a metal face on, oh good, it's wrapped in plastic, so I can peel the plastic off when I'm done. And they literally fit right in the center. I'm not going to push them in all the way because I actually have another video coming up where I'm going to be doing that whole Aero. That's a whole nother video. I'm going to explain that in a second. So these center caps will fit in the center of these wheels, and if you ever want to pop them off, you just stick a flathead in any of the corners here and just pop it off and they pop right out. So the only difference that you're going to have to do when you're running these wheels, if you can run them on an Accord, like I said, you can run them on a 7th gen, 8th gen, I believe you can run them on a 9th gen as well. The only difference that they're different from these wheels versus the Accord wheels are the only thing. So there's a 5x114 bolt pattern, 5x114.3 bolt pattern, so you have no problem just mounting the wheel on the hub. The hub bore is exactly the same. I believe that's 64.1 millimeters for the hub bore. That's the center ring that the wheel sits on. the lip that the wheel sits on, so that sits perfectly. The only thing that you might have to do, well, the only thing you will have to do is the lug nut size. So on a Tesla, it's M14 by 1.5, 1.5. On the Accords, it's M12 by 1.5. So you will have to run they're cone-shaped lug nuts, 60 degree. It has to be 23 millimeter widespread. Yeah, and that's all you have to do. And they have to be M12 by M12 by 1.5, and you can run these wheels with no problems. Now, I actually wanted to compliment the dark wheel and the black, and match some black in here. Since I have black window trim and I have no chrome on the car anymore, I got these black lug nuts. Now, I will put a link down in the description. These were only 20 bucks. They're not expensive at all. It's a really cheap fix to get these wheels to work, and I wanted black lug nuts, so I got those. I also will put a link down in the description below if you wanted to run wheel locks on the car. I will be running wheel locks on the car, so I will have those, and I will put a link for these center caps. These were really cheap. They're like $17 or even cheaper than that, and it came with the valve stem, like Tesla valve stems, but I'm not going to do that. But I did want to run Tesla center caps. If you want to run Honda center caps, that's cool too, but I think the Tesla, these are Tesla wheels, and I want people to know. Now, I want to show you something that's pretty cool, and I want to see what you guys think about it. Now, the funny thing is, do I run the wheels like this with the center cap, or do you guys like with the Aero blades? Now, I want to run them like this because I want to see if I get better gas mileage. So the rumor is that, well, not a rumor, but Tesla states that if you actually run the Aero blade, the Aero covers on the Tesla model wheels, it increases range, or will improve range by almost 10%, which I'm actually really interested. Will I get better gas mileage if I run these? Now, I can't run the center caps, the ones that I bought, with the Aero blade covers. The covers are a little beat up, but what do you guys like? Do you guys like the Aero blade covers? I think that it looks ugly, but it looks kind of cool at the same time. Or would you run them like this? Please let me know in the comments down below. Now, the last thing I want to talk to you guys about before we end the video is the tires. This is the first time I ever bought brand new tires on this car. These are actually from the sponsor of the channel, Tire Streets. So Tire Streets makes high performance tires that I have on my Volkswagen. You guys have seen that numerous times. A couple of times I've mentioned them on the channel, and I love the tires. So I wanted to see if they had something comparable that's an good all-season tire, and they do. So these are the ZeeTex. They're ZeeTex HP 1000s. I got these tires for a steal. All 4 tires, all corners, for $240. They had a fall sale going on, and I just couldn't pass it up. Brand new tires for under $300, well under $300, shipped to my door. And you know what? These things ride so freaking smooth. They have a warranty. The tread rating is, I believe, 400. So these should last about 40,000 miles on one run. The good thing is that it's not a staggered wheel setup, so I can rotate these tires accordingly. They look like they're in bad shape, but again, it's just this goo. There are some curb rash. These wheels are not bent, which I'm very, very happy about. Now you're probably asking me, what about the old wheels, Jay? Are you going to sell them? Unfortunately, by the time this video comes out, my old wheels will already be sold. So unfortunately, you guys cannot buy them. But, like I said, you can find them on Facebook Marketplace relatively cheap. I think I sold them. I don't remember how much I sold them for. But those wheels are gone. I don't have them anymore. Let me know what you guys think, man. Oh my God, this looks so good. This looks so freaking good. And then we got the center. We'll put the center caps in the center of those wheels and really set it off. So guys, I will put exactly what the specs are in the description down below of the wheels. I will put a link. I'm an Amazon affiliate, so I will show you the link that you can use to buy the center caps. These center caps right here, the lug nuts and wheel locks that'll fit this application for this car. You can find these on Facebook Marketplace. I think I paid $450 for the wheels, the lug nuts, and the Aero blade covers. Or the Aero covers for the... These actually starting to grow on me. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. This is starting to grow on me a little bit. But when I do long distance trips, I really want to see if this will improve my gas mileage. So I want to give that a shot. But guys, that's going to conclude this video of the Tesla Model 3 wheels on my 2007 Honda Accord. If you did like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to JR14. You guys always remember, whew, this is sick. This is kind of cool, both sides. But again, let me know. You guys always remember that cars are a lifestyle.